Okay, so today we're going to be learning about the county, specifically Macon County. We're going to do a little bit of background information on the county, what the responsibilities are, what services are provided, and etc. So you're going to get out your packet that looks just like this paper on the board. It looks like this. It's kind of fat. It's going to take us a few days to get through it, but it's called the Capable County. So what we're going to do first is we're going to do a close read. We're going to read through it. We're going to underline the main idea. We're going to circle words we don't know and discuss them. Okay, so when I say words we don't know, I mean words that most high school kids don't use in their everyday language. Okay, you might know what the word might mean, but one of your buddies may not, so it's always a good idea to refresh our memory on what these words mean. Okay, so let's look here at the top. What is a county? You already know that the United States is divided into smaller units of government called states. But what are states divided into? Counties. A county is the next smallest unit of government below a state. Counties make it easier to provide services directly to people. The county seat is the town or city in each county that serves as the home for the county government. Okay, so what I want you to underline is really important for you to know is a county is the next smallest unit of government below a state. Okay, the county seat is the town or city in that county that's home to the government. So the county seat for Macon County, where we live, is Decatur. Okay, it's the biggest, usually it's the biggest city in the county that is the county seat, but Decatur is the county seat for Macon County because we have the Macon County Courthouse. Okay, all of those things that service our county are within Decatur. Okay. My husband is from Carrollton, Illinois, and they're within Greene County. And Carrollton is the county seat for Greene County because the Greene County Courthouse is in Carrollton. Okay? Any words that you think kiddos might have a hard time with? We understand all the words in there? Okay. A county by any other name is still a county. In Alaska, counties are called boroughs. And in Louisiana, they're called parishes. There's your little tidbit of useless knowledge. You can use it on trivia nights. Okay, are we good? I'm going to erase. So county is a unit of government. So you've got the national at the top, then state, then county. All right. Counties provide services to you. You've probably benefited from county services without even realizing it. You ever driven on a road? Need a copy of your birth certificate? Called 911? Although every county is different, maintaining roads, keeping vital records, and providing emergency services are the kinds of services that counties might provide. But that's not all. Here's a list of more services that a county might provide for their residents. So, running elections. So when you go to vote, there are people that work these polling places. Okay, so they help run the elections. Operate courts and jails. So this could be a judge, it could be a bailiff, it could be the circuit clerk. Okay, run hospitals. DMH is not a privately owned hospital, so it's run by people within our county. Mental health services, doors, you guys work with doors, they're run through the county. Provide clean water, the water treatment facility that we have that's not too far from here. Keep property records, so like your property taxes. When you go buy a house, you're gonna have to deal with property records. Plan how land will be developed if you want to build a house someday, or let's say you own a business and you want to build a new building for your business. You're going to need to know how land will be developed. they give relief to the poor, link, medical card, all of those things. Macon County is big on helping out its citizens. Okay, so we get some people that move here just because of the help that Macon County can provide to its residents. Run disease prevention programs. So the health department, okay, the health department, when they, in health class, remember how you learned about STDs and all that? Okay, our health department runs programs to help people to learn about how they catch diseases, learn how to prevent diseases. Okay, we have a really nice health department. And maintain our parks. Lots of parks in Macon County. Okay? The big thing I want you to understand here is although every county is different, maintaining roads, keeping vital records, providing emergency services are the kinds of services that counties might provide. Okay? When you call 911, there's not a Decatur 911, there's not a Springfield 911, there's Macon County 911. And then this is a map of all the counties in the state. Here's ours right here. It's really important you know approximately where Macon County is and what shape our county is, because on like emergency weather on the news and stuff, they'll show radar maps, and you need to know that my house is approximately here in Macon County, so that you can see where storms are and stuff, okay? It's really important. Decatur is about right here. Decatur's like smack dab in the middle of here, okay? So it's important that you know which county is ours. Right in the middle. Any words that you don't understand? They're all pretty easy. All right. Paying for county services. Money doesn't grow on trees. It takes money to provide all of these services. Counties have three main sources of money to pay for it all: the federal government, the state, and the county itself. So let's underline that because you know that's going to be important. Three main sources of money to pay for things in the county: federal government, the state, and the county. The smallest share of a county's money comes from the federal government. A bigger share, usually almost 1/3 of the county's money, comes from the state. But the biggest source of money for a county is the county itself. Most of this money comes from property taxes. People or businesses pay on land and buildings they own inside the county. Some counties also have a sales tax on items sold inside the county. Finally, counties raise money by charging fees for services the county provides. For example, a county may provide garbage collection, but people who participate have to pay for that service. Okay? So every 3 months I pay for garbage collection. Some counties provide it. So then you would still pay money for that garbage collection, but it might be tied in with the county. Macon County does get some extra money from the state because we do provide a lot of services to people who don't have enough to get by, whether it be link, medical card, things like that. Most of the money that we get in the county comes from property taxes. So most buildings pay property taxes, okay? Now there are issues that come up where they have something called a TIF. That's where people can get out of paying property taxes for however long if it's a business that brings lots and lots of money to the community. But like Tate & Lyle, ADM, okay, they pay property taxes. And those taxes are what go to help fund our county programs. Our programs like DOORS, or our programs like Link, or the health department, or whatever. All of those things cost money, and property taxes help pay those things. Let's see. Fees for services the county provides. Okay. Alright, so let's look down here at the bottom. Sometimes the federal or state government makes counties provide certain services but don't give counties any money to pay for those services. These are called unfunded mandates because they are mandated or ordered but are not funded or paid for. For example, counties are responsible for running elections, but they do not receive any money to pay for these elections. Counties must provide these services even if it means raising more money on their own. Okay, so they have to have places for people to go and vote. Have to. But they don't get any money to do that. Okay? They do that to schools sometimes. The state will say, DPS, you have to do blah, 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 blah. But we don't have any money for you to do that. But you have to do it. Okay, that happens a lot. All right, county power. Counties don't have magic powers. Instead, they get their power from one of two places. In some states, the state itself gives the counties the power to carry out duties and provide services. Those states follow Dillon's rule, which says that a county must get authority from state legislature before it can provide services. These states see the county government as just another part of the state. Okay, so the state will say jump, you say how high, okay? Some counties are a little bit different though. In other states, counties are considered to have natural powers of their own. Maybe this is a little like magic, but it's actually called the home rule. Under home rule, counties have the power to make decisions for themselves about what services to provide. In these states, counties have some independence from the state, but don't get the wrong idea. Even in these states, state laws always trump county laws. Okay, so two important rules. First one is Dillon's rule. It says the county has to get authority from the state before it can do anything. Home rule says you have your own power to make decisions for yourself about services to provide. But the state will always trump a county law. It's kind of like here. If I say you have to stand on one leg in my classroom at all times, but Mr. Settle says, no, Staples, you can't make them stand on one leg all the time. Okay? Then his decision trumps mine because he's a principal and I'm a teacher.
But he gonna say yeah.
He would say yes. Dr. Zahn would say, no, you can't make everyone stand like a flamingo in class. That's what I tell my boys. Stand like a flamingo. Okay. So we're going to talk about who's in charge and how a government in a county might be organized. All right, so the first one is commission only. County citizens elect several people to sit on a commission, also called a board. And the board has some legislative power because it passes county laws, which are called ordinances, and figures out the county budget. It has some executive power because it decides what the county's policies will be and carries out the laws it passes. Commissions also share some of their power with elected officials who oversee specific departments, such as the sheriff, clerk, or county judge. Okay, the commission only is very similar to the school board. Okay, so we have a school board that is oversees the school district. Okay, and there's people that are elected to those positions, and they're kind of like the boss of everybody. So even our superintendent and assistant superintendents and principals and everybody, I mean, technically they're in charge. Okay, so they have executive power. They can say yay or nay on things. They vote for things. A commission administrator manager. Under this system, the commission gives some of its executive power to an administrator. The commission chooses the administrator and has the power to fire that person. An administrator carries out the board's decisions. And then there's the commission and executive. Under this system, an elected person separate from the commission has the county's executive power. This executive can sometimes veto the decisions the board makes. This is more like a real legislative and executive branch because the commission and the executive can check each other's powers. All right, so way before the United States was formed, England was divided into units called shires. English shires served the local community and represented the national government. The 13 English colonies in America borrowed the shire system and adapted it to their needs. When the United States government was formed, the writers of the Constitution did not say how local government should be run. As a result, county governments continued and developed into the county system we have today. Vermont's county seats are still called shire towns. So, our government was adapted from England when the colonists came over here. And it's just kind of developed a little bit as it's gone on, but it's still pretty similar. Alright, so. Alright, so after lunch, we're going to do this true or false worksheet. Okay? It's about what we just read.